is a product manager by trade, a mother, a leader, an incredible friend, a creative and extraordinary party and events planner, and the list goes on. I am inspired by Leah's determination, willingness, and openness to try something new in order to get what she wants, specifically in the field of dating and finding quote-unquote the one.
Dating in LA, y'all already know, it is a hot mess.
It's hard. I've been asking everybody about their journey.
It's really hard. It's really hard to date in LA. It's really hard to find like an authentic, genuine, sincere guy. I was out here for 12 years, found no one. You know, I dated a few people, but no one longer than 6 months, you know, and no one that I said I love you to. Never got that deep. Then fast forward, I think it was probably October 2014. I had downloaded this app called Tinder.
Oh, we talked about that one.
Tinder. You know, everyone's like, that's the hookup app. I'm like, no, it's
That's
not.
what I always say, but some other people have had some good stories.
Yeah,
about Tinder,
I think Tinder is just very, whatever purpose you're using it for, it's good because you can be very direct. I actually would read people's profiles, not just look at the pictures or whatever. I would read people's profiles and see like who sounded like they could have some potential there. But I had probably been on the app for like a year and obviously hadn't met anyone like significant on there. I was about to delete the app again, but I swiped right on this one guy. He was from the Midwest, his profile said. I was like, okay, you know, stereotype about the Midwest is just, you know, they're like close with their family and things like that. They got some good values. So profile didn't come off as cocky, just very like down to earth. So I swiped right. And he had already swiped on me, so we were a match. He sent me the first message. I think I still have the screenshots of our very first like conversation, our very first interaction. The very first weekend that we were in communication, he was driving to San Diego. He was texting me the entire time, like voice texting me. So
I was like, wait a minute.
I know, right? 2 hours of just, you know, back and forth, back and forth. It was great conversation, even if it was via text. You know, we actually spoke on the phone like the next day, and that was nice too. I was like, okay, he does not sound like a crazy person, so that's good. First date was at Castle Park in Sherman Oaks, mini golf. He dropped like the golf club on my toe at one point, which I was like, oh my God.
Come on now, Joel. Come on now.
I thought he broke my toe. I thought he broke my toenail. It was a mess. He said, ay, ay, ay. And I was like, people really say that? Like in real life? But anyway, so we had a great time mini golfing, and we didn't want the night to end. But when he walked me to my door, I still only gave him a hug, and he will tell you to this day that I gave him a bougie ass church hug. Pat on the back, butt out.
He's so funny.
Like no, no contact of the lower body. Yeah, but it was a great time.
It looked like he progressed, so that's good.
Yeah, we eventually progressed beyond that. I just realized after continuing to talk to him, I just wrote down, I said, there's something about this one. He's obviously, even at this point, like very different from anyone I've ever met. And so I just said, Meeting Joel, it was great to just continue to be myself. I was really glad that I hadn't allowed myself to become like jaded after, you know, just after bad experiences and, you know, unsuccessful dating. He never took advantage. He just always treated me very well. A way that I had never been treated before by anyone except my father. So, yeah.
Going back a little bit, did you have a type?
You know, I thought I had a type. I'm a black woman, so I thought I would end up with a black man. My type is not like, 6 foot, you know, whatever skin tone. I just always assumed that I would end up with a black dude, period. But I think at some point, you know, after dating unsuccessfully for so long, I just maybe thought, okay, expand your horizons a little bit, you know. Think outside the box, be open to someone different. I think that was also part of the reason why I went on to Tinder, realizing that I don't have to meet someone in the traditional way, you know. I also have a friend who ended up with someone who was not her type either, but you know, she's married and, you know, has a child, and she's like, look, I ended up with this guy who is not my type, but you know, she's like, best decision I ever made. So yes, I assumed I would end up with a black dude. Joel is a Jewish dude.
And he's so funny.
Joel has been to black church before. Bless him, because I think the first time he went to church was Easter. And he was like, this is long.
Yeah, that's an adjustment if you're not used to it.
He was like, I've never seen this liturgical dance before. That's what y'all call it. Do I have to take this communion? No, you don't. I got that question, well, how's that going to work? Mm-hmm. You're Christian and he's Jewish. Yeah, there's like a fundamental difference there, right? Mm-hmm. But I think what was important and what made me happy was just that we respect each other's differences in religion. But at the end of the day, like, you want someone to be a good person with love in their heart, mm-hmm. and for them to behave that way in all that they do. So if they don't associate that with Jesus, that's all right. Yeah. But you still exemplify like those characteristics, mm-hmm. That's okay. Like, that's what I want. He is not the person that's like, well, I don't want you, exposing our children to Jesus. Yeah. And even though he's been to church, and there's been some things that he's seen at black churches, it's not something that he grew up around, but it's not something that makes him, shy away from us exposing our kids to it and including mm-hmm. our kids in Christianity. So, but yeah, open up your eyes, just expand your horizons. Don't put yourself or anyone in a box, just be open to all things. We're all worth it too. Yeah. Don't delude yourself into thinking for whatever reason that you are not worth someone's best, because you are. Just keep hope alive, people. Yeah. Stay positive. Mm-hmm. Keep your head up, be happy with yourself. It sounds cliche. You gotta love yourself.
You deserve the best. All right. Oh, now I'm fake audio. Wouldn't be me without being corny. So, all right. Thank you guys for joining us. And